How's everybody doing? So it is Friday late night, and usually I would be on doing my Freaky Friday with Bomb, but I decided that I was going to just sit back, relax, and listen. See, I knew this Friday was going to be a little different because last weekend, what took place with the roasting session, I knew this Friday was going to be different, right? I knew that I was going to have to defend my vagina. Wow, yes, you heard right. Defend my vagina. And I know every single one of you who are listening to this right now, you know exactly what type of people I or any other woman have to defend their vaginas from, right? It's usually other women. It's usually other women who seem to always want to know what another woman is doing with her vagina. I would like to know why that is. I mean, they will swear up and down that it's not about jealousy. So let's go through a few things. If it's not about jealousy, what else could it be about? Because I know you're not trying to teach me anything. See, I'm not a teenager. And even if I was, I have a mother. And I'm not a young woman out here with several children by several men and not taking care of my responsibilities. But I bet some of those women who are attacking my vagina, I question if that's the issue with you. See, so these women can't, they can't say that I don't take care of myself. They can't say that I haven't taken care of my family. They can't even say anything except the fact that my husband must be a simp because he's my husband. You can't talk about what I don't have because anytime you want to see it, I'll walk you through my house. You can't say that I'm hurting anyone because that you would have to prove, and then I would actually, we could have a conversation on that. Who am I hurting? So based on their logic, I'm a woman and they should be able to tell me what to do with my vagina. So listen, when am I going to be old enough to do what the hell I want with my vagina? Ladies, when am I? So if I was a little girl and you came and you was like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. I can understand that, right? Where you're trying to educate the younger woman on how to handle herself in order for her to succeed in life, right? So if I were to say that I have everything that I need, everything, right? I have the white picket fence, the house, the children who are in college and have jobs, who are great members of society, no criminal record. If I tell you that I have the husband who has a career and is doing very well, by the way, and I tell you that I have no criminal record, I've done nothing but be helpful within my community and many other communities. In fact, I have been awarded awards for what I've done in communities. So what is the issue with a grown woman doing whatever she wants with her vagina? So when you tell me that it's not about jealousy, I beg to differ. If you cannot tell me why it is that you need to talk about my vagina, you can't even make up something. Because you can't claim that I'm doing something, I'm teaching young girls something negative, because you will be a liar. You can't say that I'm out here advertising anything to do with my vagina, because you would be a liar. See, you had to go to an adult site and do a search. You probably were searching for quite some time. You may have seen my name pop up, but what you came across wasn't really me, right? And then you came across something somebody posted a while back. And then you saw my pretty vagina. And you got angry. See, you had to seek it out. It wasn't put in your face. It wasn't advertised to you to go look for it. So why would you go search out my pussy, bitch? And then have the nerve to come over here and tell me how to deal with my vagina. And it would have been different. See, this whole conversation would have been different. You could have actually had me in a hangout and asked me every question that you wanted to know. But see, that's not what it was. See, you actually took something that was so, it wasn't sexual in nature or anything. See, I have no say on when a man look at me, what he thinks about me. So I could be in a dress that goes down to my ankles, and when some men look at me, they may think that I'm sexy. Some men may not. I'm questioning you women right now. Because on the real, on some real, I don't have no problem with men. See, men either they take it or they leave it. And in my case, it really doesn't matter, because I'm a married woman, right? I'm not advertising myself to be for sale, to be available. See, my followers, they know that I'm married. So I'm not out here trying to confuse any situations. I'm not out here trying to do anything except do what I do. And you know what? You don't even know what I do. But here I am, defending my vagina. See, there's something you will never hear from me. I don't talk about other women's private parts. But when you all decided to invite me, like you literally came in, took me from a conversation that we were having. It wasn't nothing sexual about the conversation at all. When I put up a picture, we was talking about women's shapes and sizes and clothing. Remember that? That's what we was talking about. I went so far to make it fun, right? I made it fun. But even in the photo that you claim where I showed my ass, I have on shorts, shirts, bra, and even underwear, which I hardly ever wear. I rarely wear underwear. So I was in the comfort of my home, as you can see. I'm not sure you saw the fireplace in the background. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you pretty much made it seem like I actually put up a nude photo that was, and told men where to go in order to buy something. But even if I had done that, which was not the case at all, what is the issue? We were having a conversation. Even after that took place, there was nobody saying anything negative about that. It seemed like it was an hour and a half, 2 hours later, there was a group that came into the room, and then y'all bossed up about, hey, come over here with us. And I'm thinking, I don't even know you. I don't even know you. Now, Anger Man, I do, know of him. So, I know that he's a roaster. You know what I'm saying? I sit in his areas and listen to what that brother has to say. So the only person who I remember by name, because you particularly called me up, was Kendra D. And that's why you get mentioned. You get mentioned the most because you the angriest. And what you're angry about is another woman's vagina. Like, you had comments to say something like, I bet you her walls, you ain't got no walls, you ain't got no walls. And you thought that was funny. And then you got really angry when I asked you, why? Do you want to see them? You didn't even know anything about a video until that roasting. And now you went and searched for my vagina. And you had to go to an adult site. And all you saw was me shaving. A man paid for a shaving video. What I want to ask you is, you see how the carpet matches the drapes? You see that? You notice that? Yeah. I stop bitches like you all the time. All the time, there's always bitches like you. You want to educate me on what? See, if you, like, I just don't get it. So yes, most definitely, you're going to always say, well, first and foremost, I just need everybody to know. Why y'all listening? Even though I'm talking about this woman's vagina, it's not about jealousy. So if the women in the room say, well, Kendra D, if it's not about jealousy, then what is the purpose of you talking about a woman's vagina right now? Because the men will listen. The men will listen. They may comment here, may comment there. And then guess what they do then? And then they go and search me out. Yes, that's what they do. They then want to be subscribed. That's what they do. And I'm not against anything that a man does. See, you're supposed to be in that area teaching women how whatever. I'm not sure exactly what any of you could teach anyone, because if you're not married, if you don't have a great career, if you're not married, if you don't have the so-called white picket fence, if you don't have the things that you want and need, then what are you teaching? Because it'll be shocking if I tell you that out of the both of us, or any of us, any of you over there on that website, I would beg to differ that there's nothing you could teach me, but I'm quite sure I could teach you a lot. Because I have everything that I need. Everything that I want. I have things that you are probably searching for. See, if you wanted to ask me about starting a business, want to know about finances, see, that would be me. You want to learn how to get some credit, restore your credit, that would be me. You want to know how to start a nonprofit organization, that would be me. You want to know how to get these young teenagers, the youth behind you, that would be me. And if you want to know how to keep a man in the bedroom, that would be me. And when I say a man, I said a man. A man. Notice that 28 years. Notice that. Sweetheart, you don't have nothing that I want. I probably have everything that you're searching for. And yet you are here trying to judge my vagina. And what's weird about this shit, like, I'm going to ask this one more time. How old do I need to be to have full control over what I do with my vagina? I'm not old enough yet. Based on you, I'm actually too old to be controlling my vagina. You actually make no sense. None. None of you make any sense. See, I mean, should I introduce you to my family? Is that what we need to do? Should we do a family versus family type of thing? Since you went to the roasting and you couldn't survive over there. See, because you went from bringing me to a roasting area in order to roast me. And finding out that that wasn't particularly the thing that you're good at now, is it? You found that, that I just don't lay down and let people just swing shit at me. See, I start swinging shit back. Call me Pootie Tang, bitch. I put that video up and you know exactly what that meant. But before I even left there, before you kicked me out, by the way, you was starting to call me things like, oh, look how you're childish. Girl, you brought me to a roasting room to roast me. And when the tables were turned, it didn't work out to your benefit. It didn't work out the way you thought it would. Then I became the child. So wouldn't you think that you would be considered the child since you're the person who invited me to an area and the name of the room was the roasting room? Soon as I walked in and I was able to hear you all were able to hear me, y'all started in. And you didn't try to teach nothing. You was just saying, oh ho, oh ho, ho ho ho. I thought it was Christmas for a motherfucking minute. And nobody said nothing funny. Or, I mean, how many times can you use the word ho? It wasn't funny the first time because there was nothing clever about it. And then you got angry. When am I going to have permission to do whatever it is with my vagina? Even if it turns 50, 60, or 70, sweetheart, why would you be concerned what I do with it? Any of you ladies out there who listen to this group of women, you see, you got to understand, someone who wants best for you, better for you, they don't go into actually creating bullshit in order to attack you. We have a group of women who judge other women based on their sexuality. Now see, if I was a woman who was like, hey, I need help, how do I get a man? You know, I've had several boyfriends. And, you know, if somebody came and said, well, maybe you should calm down. I don't know what the hell you would tell a woman like that. I mean, except that bullshit I heard you say about another grown-ass woman who's older. Older. I don't even know why she would seek advice from a group of women who don't have husbands. Why would you do that? Why would you seek advice from a group of women who are prudish, who are afraid of their sexuality? See, these women over here, they not gonna get no husbands, baby. I could pretty much guarantee that shit. Just like they guarantee that my husband might be this, might be that, might be this, might be that. They even actually misquoted me on some shit. Like, for instance, they said that I said that I raised my husband like he was a kid or some shit. What I said is that we grew up together. We grew up together. We raised one another. What that means is we started out as damn here young adults with hardly any experience, life experience. Right? I went from my dad to the military and ended up marrying my husband. I was young. My husband went from high school into the military. He was there 4 more years than I was. And married me. We were married for 5 years before we had our first son. 2 years later, we had our second son. We've started out, me starting out in my teens, and we're still married into my 40s. Yes, we watched each other grow up. In fact, we grew up together, helping one another mature. Yes, that's what I called we raised each other. So, where's yours? How about your story? Where is yours? The most some of you have is where you were married and it didn't work out. And I'm not here to beat up on you for that shit. But what I'm telling you though, don't come at me on some bullshit unless you can compete, sweetheart. And you can't. So jealousy, that's clearly what you are. Another woman talking about another woman's vagina. You can't even talk about your own goddamn vagina. But you're willing to go look and search for mine. I bet you was mad when you saw that it was pretty. It was all pretty. I bet some of you just wanted to get closer and closer to your computer screen. You know, with your lips. Like you saw my pretty pussy. Remember? That's what I told you in that room. You saw my pretty pussy. And you was licking them lips. Girl, I know you ain't fooling me. I'm telling you, some of y'all not fooling me. But as I've told you in that room, I am not into women. I'm not into women. But I thank you, though, for advertising for a sister. It must be something that I've said somewhere, girl, that you could have disagreed with and made a whole video about, but yet you decided to talk about my pussy. My pretty, pretty pussy. Anyway, listen, I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Because this one went too long, but I couldn't help myself. Anytime you want to go thing for thing, house for house, child for child, life for life, holla at your girl. I might be able to teach you something, baby.